Welcome to Happy Headlines with Chico Chad, as I bring you inspirational news by the Good News Network, who was started by Jerry Weis-Corbley. Now you can see Jerry here with her, and now the Good News paperback book that is full of inspiring stories that has brought people joy all around the world. Now she is #1 on Amazon for journalism. I would suggest go out and support Jerry. Buy the book now. Jerry also hosts the GNN podcast with a co-host Anthony, and you can find them on iTunes as the Good News Gurus, and you can also find them on Android on Podbean. If you're an Android lover, I definitely would suggest downloading Podbean and listening to the Good News Gurus. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Anthony. Welcome to Happy Headlines with Chico Chad. And today's quote for October 10th, 2020. To all mankind, may we never find heart and mind so empty that we cannot fill them with love and warmth. Star Trek. That is a quote from Star Trek, people. You need to understand that we need love and wealth, knowledge and understanding of both this time of need. Today in Happy Headlines, Dad builds desk for virtual students who need them. I've got thousands of messages, he said. Let's see what he has to say. What started as a do-it-yourself project has consolidated his children's school clutter, has taken on a life of its own. As a building inspector with 2 decades of carpentry experience, all it took for Mitchell Coach to throw together a couple of inexpensive wooden desks where his kids could stash their stuff was a quick trip to the hardware store and about $50 in supplies. Look at that. Look at the desk for the little children. Look at that. That is awesome. All right. You can follow them on Instagram right here at Good Yearth. Follow him. Please follow him and support him. When Couch posted his creations to social media, he wasn't expecting the requests from parents for blueprints to help them replicate the desk for their own at-home learners. Due to new COVID-19 protocols, many school districts have swapped out traditional classroom teaching for distant learning or hybrid programs. With more kids learning from home than ever before, providing optimal learning environments have proved challenging. It turns out that in addition to having a tidier household, being able to compartmentalize school from other activities actually enhance the distant learning experience for kids. We heard from teachers that kids who have their own space to learn do much better with distant learning, Couch told CNN, recalling what he's taken away from a parent-teacher conference. It's so much easier to separate home and school life that way. When you're done with school, you can leave the desk and come eat at the kitchen table. With that in mind, Couch put together a do-it-yourself tutorial for his YouTube channel detailing the materials required, step-by-step instructions on how to build the desk. The video was an overnight sensation. It went crazy, Couch told Fox 26. I had 200 messages the following morning. Among the video's impressed viewers were family friends Karen and David McKinley, who own and operate the local Lemoore, California grocery outlet. After seeing the tutorial, the couple was inspired to take things to the next level by helping out kids in their own community dealing with difficulties of distant learning. They're home. They're struggling, McKinney told Fox 26. We thought just a place for them to be, a spot for them to have to do their own work, would be beneficial. The McKinneys told Couch to offer he couldn't refuse. They pick up the cost of the supplies if he would agree to build 35 student desks. Couch signed on for the project enthusiastically. The rest of his family had gotten into the act as well. Couch's wife, Janessa, had sanding duty, and his kids joined the assembly line whenever they can. So far, the Couch factory has built and assembled 40 desks. With requests continuing to pour in, Janessa set up a GoFundMe page to deal with the overflow of hopes of keeping the momentum alive. While the desks are certainly appreciated by the families that receive them, Couch's true motivation in building them is to reinforce a sense of neighborhood unity. I'm hoping people look closer at the community and realize that most positive change happens in your community, he said. It can be making desks or even helping a neighbor across the street with their yard. Thank you, Mr. Couch. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Thank you, your family. The desks look amazing right here, and I hope the kids love it and continue to enjoy distant learning, because that is what we have to do at this time. I want you to tell me what you think about distant learning. Do you have any comments? Do you have any ideas? Is it something that we as a community can improve on distant learning? Please leave your comment. Good news in the history of October 10th. 40 years ago today, Pac-Man first debuted, and it went on to become one of the highest grossing video games of all time. The arcade game was deliberately designed to appeal to women as well as men, ensuring the popular war themes of the day instead of using characters that were cute and colorful. The designer, as you can see right here, Turo Iwatani, was 24 at the time. For a year, led a small team of 9 at his company, Namco of Japan. With so many instant fans eager to gobble up the dots in the maze while avoiding the 4 ghosts, Pac-Man within a year grossed over $1 billion in quarters. Wow. I think I played so many Pac-Man games. The character, named in Japanese after its shape of a hockey puck, generated more than $14 billion for Namco. And it indeed the highest grossing video game of all time. That is awesome. I remember when I first saw this video game. Who remembers when they first saw this video game? My cousins from Baltimore brought in this little Pac-Man machine that ran by like 8 D batteries. It was amazing. That was the first time I ever played it, and it was super. So please tell me about your Pac-Man experience in the comments below. I love playing Pac-Man, but I could never get past the junior stage. I was good up until halfway. Let me know how far you've gotten inside inside the Pac-Man. Did you get past the junior stage? More good news on this date. Simon and Garfunkel released their 3rd LP, Parsley, Sage, Rosemary, and Thyme, which reached triple platinum and included the songs Scarborough Fair and Homeward Bound. King Crimson released their debut studio masterpiece, In the Court of the Crimson King, one of the most influential progressive rock albums. Fiji became independent after nearly a century of British rule. President Jimmy Carter authorized the minting of Susan B. Anthony dollar. Pac-Man went on the market in North America. Angela Merkel became Germany's first female chancellor and the first from the former communist East. Jessica Cox, 25, became the first armless person to earn an airman certificate as a certified pilot, thanks to an Arizona nonprofit group, Right Flight, that uses aviation as a tool to motivate young people. On this day in 1982, the Gibson Guitar Company was formed by Kalamazoo, Michigan. It was founded with the intentions by Orville Gibson, a luthier with no formal training. The company ended up building one of the world's most iconic guitars, the Gibson Les Paul, a solid body guitar instrument designed by their VP Ted McCarty and famed guitarist Les Paul. Mr. Gibson invented the archtop design for his instruments, which made them louder and more durable by constructing the same type of carved tops used on violins. The musical inventor never saw the riches that were distributed to the businessmen who took over the company, but only was paid for his hourly labor. By the 1930s, after Orville's death, the company made one of the first commercially available hollow-body electric guitars like the ES-150 popularized by Charlie Christian. And on this day in 1868, Carlo Manuel of Sescapes issued the Grito de Yara in Cuba, the Cry of Yara, proclaiming Cuba's independence, which began the War of 10 Years. The morning after sounding the slave bell indicating that it's time for his plantation slaves to work, they stood before him waiting for orders, and they announced they are free men and invited to join him and follow conspirators in battle against colonial Spain. For this, he is called Padre de la Patria, father of the homeland. Also, happy 51st birthday to Brent Favre, the NFL football legend who became the first quarterback to throw over 70,000 yards, complete over 6,000 passes, and tally over 500 touchdowns in his career. I got Brent Favre. At the helm of the Green Bay Packers for 16 years, he became the first player to win the league's MVP award 3 years in a row, a graduate of the University of Southern Mississippi, where he grew up. Favre led the Packers to victory in Super Bowl, and he also the starting quarterback in astonishing 297 consecutive games out of 321, including the playoffs through 18 and a half seasons. An all-time record, and the one for which he says he is most proud of. He joked around consistently and played the game like a kid, but Brent was the only athlete to become a grandfather while an active NFL player. After retirement, he became the offensive coach for the Mississippi high school that soon after won a state championship. Way to go, Brent Favre! Give it up. You know Brent Favre is the man. If you like Brent Favre and you got anything to say about football, if you're a Green Bay Packer fan, if you are a fan of the high school in Mississippi that he coached, please leave a comment below. Brent Favre is one of the amazing quarterbacks. I was never a Green Bay fan. I was a Brent Favre fan. Here are some happy headlines. 5 great things we should never forget about Ruth Bader Ginsburg, 1933 through 2020. A Supreme Court hero and all-around wise woman, Ruth Ginsburg, died on Friday at the age of 87, surrounded by family at her home in Washington, D.C. She was the second woman justice to serve on the highest court in the land, a pioneer in her field. When there were few females in the halls of legal offices and law schools, but there were other reasons we will always remember her. 1. She proved that mothers get things done and then some. 2. She wasn't afraid to speak her mind. 3. She showed there's value in stoicism. 4. She lived by her morals. 5. She had hope for the future. Speaking with Rosen in the late 2019, she said, "Our country has gone through so many bumpy periods, but I'll tell you, the principal reason why I am optimistic is the young people I see. My lawyer granddaughter, my law clerks are determined to contribute to the good of society and to work together, so the young people make me hopeful. They want to take part in creating a better world. Think of Mala. think of Greta Thunberg in Sweden. What is she, 15, 16? Yes, I'm putting my faith in the coming generations. More happy headlines. This California company has just become the first state road made from recycled plastic in the U.S. Give it up for California. If you think that California is doing something great, please leave some comments in the below. This may look like just an ordinary stretch of newly paved road, but it's actually being hailed as the first mile of recycled plastic highway on the state road anywhere in the U.S. Using more than 150,000 single-use plastic bottles, sustainable landscaping company Tech Soil partnered with the state transit officials to repave the 1-mile stretch of a 3-lane road in July. According to Caltrans, California Department of Transportation, which already has stated the material for use throughout the state and eco-friendly road formula has been shown to be 2 to 3 times more durable than traditional asphalt pavement. Not only is the formula more durable, Technosoil officials say the procedure generates 90% less greenhouse gas emissions than the process currently used by Caltrans. Typically, the department repaves state highways by tearing up the topmost 3 to 6 inches of asphalt so it can be grounded up and mixed with the bitumen, a sludge-like binding agent generated by oil refineries. Since the material can only be used as a base for the roadway, however, Caltrans is still forced to import roughly 42 truckloads of hot asphalt in order to finish the road. By replacing the bitumen with a poly-based binding agent made from melted plastic bottles, Technosoil's procedure eliminates the need for imported asphalt and guarantees that the road is made up of 100% recycled plastic and liquid polymer. That is awesome. Now here you can see that this company is trying to do something good. Follow them on Twitter, Caltrans Districts 3. They are doing something great for the environment. This is the type of people that we need to support. If you think that they are doing something great, please leave a comment below and I will respond. Thank you. Drive-in movies are coming to Walmart across America and every showing is free. I love drive-ins, the popcorn, the hot dogs, the sitting in your car. Don't have to worry about coughing or talking. If you want to talk, you can talk in your car if you want to. Some people love to bring trucks. If you love going to the drive-in, please leave a comment below. I love drive-ins. The last drive-in I went to was the one in Las Vegas. Give it up for Las Vegas with the best drive-in that I've been to so far. Let the popcorn munching, soda slurping, and celebrity spotting begin. It's time to return to the 1950s, enjoy film in open air because drive-in movie screenings are coming free to Walmarts across the USA. If you've always watched a catch classic film on the big screen, the Walmart Drive-In Tour can make that happen in a socially distancing way. Best of all, actress Drew Barrymore will be there to virtually host each event, and one surprise location, she's even there in person. Created in response to the coronavirus, 160 Walmart stores across the country are going to be hosting the drive-in movie nights until the end of October. We recognize the challenges our customers and their families have faced over the last few months, said Jenny Whiteside, Walmart's Chief Customer Officer. And we wanted to create an experience where they can come together safely to create new memories. The Walmart Drive-In is one small way we are supporting the communities we serve. Thank you, Walmart, for giving back to the community and showing that you do care. You are an amazing corporation, and I wish you much luck. Continue in your endeavors. If you think Walmart is doing something great out here with this drive-in theater, if you think Walmart is doing something great in general, please leave your comments below. Even if you had a bad experience at Walmart, let me know about it. I would love to hear about it. Maybe we can write Walmart together and get a response and see if we can take care of that for you. Once again, leave the comments below and I shall respond to them. For all my Halloween goers out there, here's a social distancing trick that you can do at home to keep everyone safe. Worried about social distance, trick-or-treating? Build a candy chute like this family. Look at that. That is great. You can still get your candy and say trick-or-treat. Halloween is a holiday many relish in favor. The homes and yards decked out with ghosts and jack-o'-lanterns, and the families decked out in costumes taking to the streets for some trick-or-treating. This year, with COVID pandemic putting a damper on many annual customs, it looked like celebrations as usual might be out of the question. But for one die-hard Ohio Halloween fan, the importance of letting some good much-needed steam while making sure kids could enjoy the holiday in safety was all the initiative he needed to come up with a brilliant, socially distant idea for trick-or-treating tradition. A contact-free candy chute, and look at there, you can see it right there. Easy to build. Put it right on your steps and let the chute fall. Let the candy come through. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for creating this candy chute for Halloween. If you love Halloween, let me know what your favorite character is going to be this year for Halloween. Who are you going to be for Halloween? I'm not going to tell you who I'm going to be. I'm going to show you right here, right now. Spider-Man. Yes, I'm going to be the famous Spider-Man. Spider-Man has always been one of my favorite characters. He loves to joke around. He loves to help people, and that's what I love about him. Now, if you enjoy Spider-Man, or if you don't enjoy Spider-Man, please leave a comment below. Let me know who your favorite Halloween character is, and we can share with the world. Thank you. Now here's an inspiring story for you. Happy Headlines is happy to bring you electricians come together to repair lights for 72-year-old, then enlists entire community to fix her crumbling house for free. Like many elderly Americans, Gloria Scott lives on a limited income. Sometimes that means making hard choices. If money's tight, home repair and maintenance are often first things to fall by the wayside. When Scott's overhead light fixture went out, however, she decided living in the dark wouldn't do. Though she knew her budget would take a hit, she called in electrician John Kinney to make the necessary repairs. Little did 72-year-old know that she wasn't just getting an electrician, she was getting a knight in shining armor. Deeply troubled by the extreme state of despair he found Scott's house in, Kinney couldn't get the woman's desperate situation out of his head. No lights, running water. I saw her on a Friday and it stuck with me over the weekend, I said. I got to go back there, Kinney told CBS. Rather than walk away, Kinney went back to Scott's place and started working on some of the much-needed repairs free of charge. But he didn't stop there. Kinney set up a nice old lady who needs help Facebook page to solicitate to other tradespeople to lend a hand as well. The enthusiastic response was pretty amazing, with an impressive chunk of the Woburn, Massachusetts community rallying to call. So far, Scott's home has gotten a new electrical and new plumbing system, new windows, and extensive repairs to the crumbling walls and ceilings, front steps, and porch. Thank you guys for helping out Miss Scott. She is a blessing because she allowed you to show us what gratitude's all about. If you know some people that's giving out gratitude, let it be known in the comments below. Show your gratitude. If you've done gratitude for somebody, let it be known below if that's what you want to do. Some people don't like to show, that they've helped other people, but it's okay. you know that you helped that person. You know that you help people. And this is something that the world needs more of. Thank you, electricians. Thank you, everyone with a different trade that went in there and helped make this house another home again. This is unbelievable gratitude, and I love it. Meanwhile, outside, his neighbors toiled on landscape cleanup and new planting projects. A steady flow of food donations streamed in to feed the volunteers. To say Scott was blown away by the outpouring of generosity, it was an understatement. Look at these people, she exclaimed. You can't even comprehend the gratitude that I have. She wanted to I know she was out there happy as I don't know what. The project was such a success, Kenny decided to take it to the next level, naming the initiative Glorious Gladiators. He hopes to inspire a legion of like-minded knights in shining armor, electric and otherwise, to help needy seniors in their communities. Now, if there's some people out in your community that need help, go out there and help them. Talk to them. They have stories. I used to live next door to a retirement home in Dunn, North Carolina. And on Sundays, some of those people didn't have families, to go and see them. And I would just walk over there and I would play checkers. I would talk with these people that were out in the day room area that were able to get out of bed. And man, the blessing that I got from that was some of the stories that I could never even tell you, because at that time I wasn't into filming, I wasn't into recording, but I wish I was. But now is a time that you can go and visit people and talk to them and help them, because this is a time that they need it. Show that you appreciate them. They'll show their gratitude as well. The world needs more love and warmth, people. Thank you for listening to Chico Chad. Please leave your comments below, and I definitely will respond to them. All right. World War II veteran to get final wish theme casket to match his passion for handing out juicy fruit gum. I love juicy fruit gum. When 94-year-old Suddy Economy is packed off for the sweet hereafter, his exit strategy is going to be a little sweeter than most. That's because Economy plans to be buried in a casket decked out like a pack of juicy fruit gum. The Roanoke, Virginia Navy veteran's love affair with the juicy fruit goes back to his days in the service, when as a part of the Second World War effort, chewing gum manufacturer Wrigley suspended stateside distribution and sent bulk of his products to troops overseas. Since then, Economy has become something of a self-appointed goodwill ambassador for the brand. Sammy Oakey, president of the Oakey's Funeral Service, and Economy have a friendship that goes back 45 years. Suddy would come in here for visitation and just come to visit, and he would always bring a bunch of packs of juicy fruit and put it out for the employees to enjoy, Oakey told. Economy's gum gifting ways weren't just confined to funeral home visit. He did it at restaurants and doctor's office, wherever he went. Look at him. You can see him right here. You can see him. This is amazing. Let's give it up for this man. He is showing love and gratitude for the Juicy Fruit Wrigley's company. And I mean, this is amazing. Let's give it up for Juicy Fruit. Juicy Fruit, thank you for making this man's last wish come true. I will stay a fan of Juicy Fruit. You have committed to making this man's last wish your mission, and I appreciate that. You are amazing. You are very amazing. You guys are awesome. Economy, who is currently being treated in Virginia Veterans Care Clinic, has actually taken a turn for the better. Whether his improved prognosis can be attributed to the Juicy Fruit effect is anyone's call. But if there's one thing we've learned from this story, is if you think outside the box and act nicely, sometimes you can take it with you. And how sweet is that? So let me know if you like Juicy Fruit or not. Juicy Fruit hasn't always been my favorite gum. But over the years, it has become one of my favorite gums, and I take it with me wherever I go. Right now, I am in Germany, and I have my Juicy Fruit. I just want to thank you, Juicy Fruit, for making it happen. You are amazing. You made this man's last wish come true. Followers and subscribers and people who are just watching, if you have any comments about any chewing gum, especially Juicy Fruit, leave it below. I would love to hear about it. I definitely will respond to you. Here are some happy headlines for you right here. This woman couldn't find soap for her son's fragile skin, so she turned to YouTube and made her own. And that's why I love YouTube. You can almost find anything on YouTube that you want to create or recreate, as I should say. Let's see how her story goes. Determined to create a natural cleanser to help her infant son's eczema and allergies, this Alabama mom learned how to create an allergen-free soap with the help of YouTube tutorials and articles about skin care for men and women. Here you can see her here with a happy son who has some beautiful skin right here, and her skin is very beautiful also. Christian Keller tells GNN, I started Googling how to make soap, and then it took me to YouTube. After months of trial and error and watching endless amounts of tutorials, I finally perfected a recipe that worked for Elliot. She didn't stop there. Christian really wanted to share her natural hypoallergenic recipe and help others who might be struggling with eczema and other issues, as she created her own soap line. Now Keller Works is nationally sold brand. From what started as a small business in my backyard has now turned into a full skincare brand with customers based all over the country, she said proudly. We're able to provide jobs to our local community in Mobile, all while making positive impact and helping other families in need. These days, Christian is still exploring new soap recipes on YouTube, all while providing millions of people with all-natural soaps that are gentle and sensitive on the skin. Thank you, Christian Keller, for letting your story be told. If any of you have any skin care advice out there, please let it be known. I have found out that for the blemishes on my skin, I just use natural witch hazel, and it just smooths out and tones out your face, which is so good. I use aloe, which is I don't get the plant, I use a concentrated juice that is like really good that you can get, and just dab it on some cotton swabs or cotton balls and just rub it on your face, and it helps a lot with razor bumps. That's what I found out, because I used to get these razor bumps from shaving, and it helps out a lot with the razor bumps. That is something that I found out about my skin. You have to do trial and error, people. You have to give it, time to react to your skin. I have really oily skin, so I had to find something that could contribute to that. If you have any ideas, or if you have any thoughts on skincare, or if you are a skincare specialist, please let it be known. New website called The Pandemic of Love connects 132,000 people in the need of aid with those who could help. This is amazing. In times of crisis, we often don't hear about the many quiet, compassionate responses made in those moments. Quietly in South Florida, a woman started an online grassroots effort originally meant to be a modest impact in her community, now has raised millions of dollars for hundreds and thousands of people around the world. Local mindfulness teacher Shelly Tygalski launched her Pandemic of Love in Fort Lauderdale after seeing people around her losing jobs. Worry not about money, but also their health amidst the COVID-19 crisis. Her social media feeds grew abuzz with fear and anxiety, and Shelley sensed an opportunity in the difficulty. I wanted to turn from this environment of fear into an opportunity for us to create a connection, a community, and strengthen the bonds of love between us, Shelley told CNN. Let's just stop there for a moment. And I feel like that what I'm doing right now is bringing more love and more positive news to the world. I ask that people reach out, show their gratitude, show that they love their neighbor. Just start with your neighbor, start in your neighborhood, because this is where most of these projects start at. And if we could do that and then connect, the world will survive. The world will be a much better place. And I tell you that this is something that is unbelievable to me right now. Some of these stories are very heartwarming, soul touching, and they embed something in people that society cannot take away. It all started out very simply when Shelley posted a video on her Instagram on March 14th. She announced a new program aimed at connecting those with a need due to the loss of income with those who are in a position of privilege and able to be of service. When she went to bed that night, she wasn't sure how much good her efforts would do. By morning, she had received 400 requests for assistance and 500 offers to help. And there you can see her right here with people that she has connected with, families who just want to help, and this is unbelievable. You can read the story here on Good News Network. What I would like to say now is, if you have any comments or if you know anybody who has helped and you want to give them a shout out, my YouTube channel is open to comments below the video, and I definitely respond. If you have an article that you want me to talk about, please send me the link to it. If you know someone who needs to be recognized, please send me the link and I will talk about them in my up and coming videos. Thank you so much for your help. Today was a good day for happy headlines. And these happy headlines were brought to you by the Good News Network, created by Jerry Weis-Corbley and her crew that thought we needed to hear positive news, inspirational news. And I took it upon myself to start a YouTube channel and take some of the information from her website and send it out to people that needed to hear it, because a lot of people already know about it, but I want to reach more people, and I just hope that my efforts will reach the ones that need to hear this. I just want to thank you for following me. I want to thank you for leaving the comments. It is my joy to bring inspirational news to you. I found my calling, and this is something great, and I hope YouTube supports me as well, because this is something positive. This is something that the world needs right now. And we just want to thank people that are reaching out in their communities and doing something positive. Your gratitude and your help will not go unthanked. Cheers. Have a gratitude day.